In this video, we're going to work through the section in Chapter 4 called Revisiting Screen Space and Planar Reflections to kind of go through how to make some real reflections, kind of like you would see in a mirror. Before we can begin, though, we do need to change some project settings. So I'm going to go to Edit, Project Settings, and I'm going to go to All Settings and search for something called Clip. And what we're looking for is support global clip plane for planar reflections, and we do want to check that on. Notice restart required to apply new settings, so let's make sure that we do that. And I paused it for that restart because it does take several minutes for it to boot back up. So let's go back into this now. Let's select the post-process volume in our scene. And what we want to make sure is turned on for this is reflection method, and set it to none. So let's see if we can find that. We're just going to set this to none. Reflections method none. Okay. This way we can use our planar reflections actor. We can find that by just going up to here and start typing planar reflections. There should just be one. And we need to adjust this quite a bit. It's a little bit big. So first let's rotate it. You can kind of see it working. That's not quite what we need. We're trying to put it, basically like the mirror. Let's scale that. Just really resize this down. Oops. Be a little tricky to get these. I'll change this. This is a little bit much. Hold on. Just type it in. 0.05, 1. Ooh. 0.05. Let's try that. Let's get in there. And, we don't spend too much time getting this set up, but we can get it good enough to work for what we're doing. Let's rotate that a little bit more. All these settings are driving me crazy today. Let's set this to 0.5. There we go. Oh, that's not what I meant to rotate. There. And, we can start to see the reflection in here. Let's go to the details panel now for this planar reflection. And one thing that you can play with is like the normal distortion strength. So like if we kind of make it go, we see it changing a little bit. It's honestly not doing too much. If we change this, we do have to hit G on the keyboard to go into game view to really see what's going on. But I'm honestly not seeing too much of a change with that. We'll just keep it on the 500 it's set to. The ones that we can also try is the distance from plane fade out, start and end. We can see, you know, if we really drop it down, let me drop this one way down too. We can see how it's kind of adjusting, like how it looks. You know, the slight look of this one, of where it's fading in and out. You know, it's kind of like it's a render plane because we're getting behind it. That's not really what we want. We'd want it something more like that. So we don't want to see through that wall. We don't want to reflect behind it. So this method does work. It is kind of expensive though. So we are going to also go through a different method than this. So we're going to delete out this planar reflection. Just, it's good to know that this does exist. And instead, we are going to add a scene capture cube. So back up here, scene capture cube. And let's move this there. We want to put it close to the mirror, like that. I apologize. I had my G on. It wasn't visible. This is, I was a little bit confused. I was supposed to see this. The scene capture cube should be a camera. So let me rotate that around too, because we need this to look like it's kind of sticking out of that mirror. Like that. Let's rotate this. And this works with also, we have our scene capture cube, but we are also going to need a render target for it to work with, to help with the reflections. So we are going to right click in our folder, and we're going to go to texture, and we are looking for this cube render target. We'll just call it, I don't know, what should we name this one? Let's see, what does the book say to name it? Just as anything. Room render target. So let's double click it. Go to the details panel. We'll need to find the parameter for size X, and we're going to set this up to 2048. And let's save it and close it. We're going to then make sure we have our scene capture cube selected, and it's going to ask for what the texture target is, and we're going to just drop that into there. And we can, you know, start to see, we can start to see, you know, a really small picture of what looks like the room over here. Can't quite just drop that on the mirror though. We do have to create a material that is going to utilize this. So we're going to create a new material. I guess do that one. We're going to call this one M_wooden. Why did it do that to me? Let's try that again. M_wooden mirror _ reflection capture. And let's go inside. Let's do our texture sample node. hold T and click. And we're going to create, use this one as its texture. We don't want to just hook it straight up. Let's make it look a little bit nicer. So we're going to add a multiply node. It's not right. There we go. Just hold M and click. We're going to set the B value to 8. I'm sorry, 5 would be better. Not too bright. We'll hook this into here. So this is the actual reflection, but you know, the mirror is more than just the reflection. It does have like this wooden frame going around it. So we do want to make sure that we're setting that up as well in our texture. So we're going to add 3 texture nodes. So hold T and click 3 times. This first one, we're going to put in, excuse me, let's search. T_wooden bedroom mirror AORM. This one is going to be T_mirror. I'm sorry, wooden bedroom mirror UV. And then this one is going to be T_wooden, and we're looking for the base color, that one. So just these 3. And we're just going to kind of, you know, connect these all up very similar to what we've done in previous lessons. So this is going to be our base color. This is going to mask out our pieces, and this one is going to hold our other fun information like our metallics and our roughness. So let's start with the base color. Similar to past, we need a lerp node to lerp between these. So hold L and click for lerp. We're going to feed in our first reflection into there. We're then going to feed in our texture sample into the B. And then we're going to use our mask, but we just use the G channel as the alpha to mask that out. We can also, and then just hook this right into base color. We can also set up our roughness and our ambient occlusion. The R channel of this just goes right into ambient occlusion. We don't have to worry about that. Then for our roughness though, we do need to make sure that we're cutting it out from the mirror shape. So let's do our fun, useful lerp node. We're going to feed the G channel into here because in Unreal, usually the G channel is your roughness. We're going to feed this G channel into our alpha. Oops, I'm sorry. We need to do that. Sorry. The G channel just goes into the B channel. We can ignore this. We just mostly are using this to cut it out. And we can just go ahead and feed this now into our roughness. So this should take care of all of that fun stuff. We don't have a blue channel for metal because it's a mirror. We don't really need that. But do notice we are getting an error over here. I don't know if you picked up on this. I wanted to get kind of this out of the way first because this should just be kind of review. But let's fix this error problem over here. We just need to add an extra node out over here to help us with making sure that it looks like the mirror is updating. You know, when we're looking in the mirror. So we're just going to search for a node called reflection vector WS. right here. And we're just going to connect this into the UVs. Ta-da! Isn't that beautiful? Okay.